Now at 9, the mayoral forum is just wrapping up. Our Alex Almanza is live with the breakdown of the night.
With 7 months until the solar eclipse, one local author is shining light on the phenomenon.
And the manhunt for a Pennsylvania prison escapee is over after 2 weeks. We have the timeline.
Some of the tech industry's biggest stars met today to discuss AI, how their talk may affect future legislation.
We're looking at cooler temperatures tonight. How low will we go? I'll have that more in my full forecast.
Delaware County's only live television newscast from Ball State University's Unified Media Newsroom. You're watching NewsLink Indiana.
Good evening and thank you for being with us. I'm Tara Konieczny.
And I'm Lily Kroon. We're 2 months away from Election Day, and with the mayoral election taking center stage, each of the candidates' campaigns are revving up.
Tonight, a mayoral forum was held at Muncie Central High School. That's where we find our Alex Almanza, who joins us live. Alex, what can you tell us?
Yeah, and tonight's discussion was really an opportunity for community members to really interact with some of these mayoral candidates. We have Jeff Robinson and incumbent Mayor Dan Ridenour. Now, questions, of course, being asked by community members, but Democratic hopeful Jeff Robinson has made infrastructure a part of his plan. He's put that really front and center, while incumbent Republican Dan Ridenour making remarks in response to that, saying that he wants to keep infrastructure low and low for taxpayers as well. Of course, Muncie is also on the heels of a mass shooting that broke out in late July, and that was something that both candidates addressed as well, crime within the city. Now, there were a variety of other topics also discussed during this discussion, from violence among youth within the city, as well as relationships with Ball State University. Now, one of the biggest topics of discussion tonight was the relationship between the city of Muncie as well as local businesses and overall the future economic development of Muncie.
It's quite simple why I'm running for mayor. I've become very frustrated. It's the same reason I became involved in 2019 when I ran for city council the first time. I'm tired of seeing folks lead in the best interests of themselves and not in the community.
We have fixed the finances. We paid back the money that was owed to the state out of the street department. We've put in houses for affordable, for market, and for workforce housing. We have revamped our police department to where we're now fully staffed, and next year we're even adding 3 more police officers to our budget.
And there's going to be another discussion with the community on September 20th, this time with the at-large city council, city clerk, court, and judge. Of course, we're going to keep you both updated on air and online. You can also keep up to date with the latest on our election coverage at ballstatedaily.com. We're going to press out a lot of more information as Election Day continues. But for now, I'm going to send it back to you.
Thank you so much, Alex.
16 News Now.
The solar eclipse is quickly approaching, and the city is preparing in multiple ways.
NewsLink Indiana's Anna Chalker met up with one person who is providing a way for people to learn about how the solar eclipse works.
One day a solar eclipse will come.
A day Muncie is preparing for.
The sun will be hidden in the middle of the day.
And Lori Lunsford
The sky will darken for a few minutes.
Is shining light on the phenomenon. When Lunsford heard of the city's plans, she got the idea to write her 10th children's book.
And I thought, well, I do children's books. Maybe I could do a children's book about the eclipse.
And with her audience in mind, she wanted them to help write the story.
The unique thing about my book is I did it with children. There's one picture in the book where it has kids climbing a tree. They were climbing my front yard tree, and so I took pictures and used them as models.
But the eclipse is not the only thing Lunsford wants readers to remember.
I want children to look up and see all the colors and the clouds and all the things that are up there.
And with the eclipse only 7 months away, people like Lynn Moore are already helping Lunsford get her book out there.
But then you have adults thinking, how do I explain the eclipse to my child? How do I educate them about what's going on? So with her sharing a book and us being able to distribute it for her, I think is helping people to become more aware.
There is so much to see. Everyone has special glasses to wear.
For a day on the horizon,
they watch and they wait.
In Muncie.
When is the eclipse?
Anna Chalker.
Not yet.
NewsLink, Indiana.
And if you are interested in buying Lunsford's book, you can at the Cafe at the Crossing or on Amazon. And the weather was not quite like dark as an eclipse today, but it was still cloudy, covering that sun.
Definitely, and I'm excited for that fall weather, so I can't be complaining. So
yes.
Let's see what Hunter has to say about weather.
Yeah, we are currently looking at some cooler temperatures in our area. It is 55 degrees in Muncie, 61 in Indianapolis. But as we go into the current radar here, we had some showers that did develop in our northern part, but did not really impact the Muncie area. But we will experience a clearing tonight, as we do have some fog developing later on. But what do I have in store? We have a foggy morning ahead, but we'll have some cooler temperatures. But next week I got some sun. I'll have that in my full forecast.
Thank you, Hunter. It's over. After 2 weeks on the run, escaped killer 34-year-old Danilo Cavalcante is back behind bars, taken alive by law enforcement in South Coventry Township, Pennsylvania, this morning. CBS News Philadelphia captured the minutes just after he was taken into custody. Laura Aguirre has more from state police on how this high-profile manhunt came to an end.
Our suspect was captured.
Pennsylvania's governor giving the news so many were anxiously awaiting.
There were no injuries to law enforcement or to the public. He was apprehended this morning with no shots fired.
Police say they started to close the net overnight after a residential burglar alarm drew more officers into an area in northern Chester County. An air search unit picked up a heat signal, but stormy weather and lightning forced units on the ground to hunker down and wait to move in.
Tactical teams converged on the area where the heat source was. They were able to move in very quietly. They had the element of surprise. Cavalcante did not realize he was surrounded until that had occurred.
Danilo Cavalcante did not initially give up peacefully.
He began to crawl through thick underbrush, taking his rifle with him as he went.
Police say they released a canine to stop Cavalcante's escape.
The dog subdued him, and team members from both of those teams immediately moved in. He continued to resist, but was forcibly taken into custody.
State police say Cavalcante did suffer a minor bite wound and was seen by medical experts at the scene.
He was transported to our Avondale station for further processing and interview, and he will ultimately be transferred to a state correctional institute where he will be housed and begin to serve his life sentence.
I'm Laura Aguirre reporting.
Cavalcante will be transported to a state correctional institution where he will be housed, and he is expected to be arraigned on charges related to his escape, said Pennsylvania's Attorney General. After his arraignment, Cavalcante's next court date will be a preliminary hearing, according to the AG. Cavalcante was previously sentenced to life without parole for fatally stabbing his former girlfriend in front of her 2 young children in April of 2021. He's also wanted in a 2017 homicide case in Brazil, a U.S. Marshal Service official has confirmed.
Republican U.S. Senator Mitt Romney of Utah announced today he will not seek re-election. The 76-year-old former GOP presidential nominee noted that if he served another term, he'd be in the Senate into his mid-80s. He called for a new generation of leaders and criticized both President Joe Biden and former President Donald Trump.
I do think that the times we're living in really demand the next generation to step up and express their point of view and to make the decisions that will shape our American politics over the coming century. And just having a bunch of guys who were around, the baby boomers, who were around in the post-war era, we're not the right ones to be making the decisions for tomorrow.
He released a video message outlining a range of what he described as critical issues, including rising national debt and the climate crisis. The senator has long been one of the few Republican politicians to be an outspoken critic of Trump. His current term ends in January of 2025.
In a few minutes, find out why Google plans to lay off hundreds of workers.
And inflation rose in August, how the rise could continue in the future.
I love you!
prescription drug pricing points to corporate
Freedom of the press is about your right to know.
and Clark sheer athleticism.
It's about your right to be informed. Today, there are real threats to press freedom
Reaching residential areas.
and your right to know about the world around us. We must protect our right to know, no matter what kind of news is important to you. Before it's too late, understand the threats. ProtectPressFreedom.org.
The central and midwestern U.S. averages more than 850 tornadoes each year, and lately, the number of floods has been rising in the region too. So chances are, there will be more twisters and floods near here again. And between school, sports, and social lives, chances are, you won't be with your kids when it happens. Will they know what to do? Ready.gov/kids has all the educational tools and information to make the conversation easy. When the time comes, chances are they'll feel prepared, not scared. So talk with your family today.
Hey guys, it's me, Isabella Gomez, filling in for Smokey Bear because he's got more to say than just,
Only you can prevent wildfires.
like, if you're outside enjoying a barbecue, don't let a hamburger distract you from fire safety. Make sure you aren't dumping your hot coals or ashes onto the ground because that could start a wildfire. So take wildfire prevention seriously and let's save the world one day at a time. Juntos con Smokey Bear, podemos hacerlo. Go to smokeybear.com to learn more about wildfire prevention.
Welcome back. Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer welcomed some of the tech industry's biggest star executives at today's Artificial Intelligence Forum in Washington. Elon Musk and Mark Zuckerberg were both in attendance at the AI Insight Forum, the first of 9 sessions Schumer is hosting. The CEOs of companies including Google, IBM, Microsoft, and OpenAI were also there, as was former Microsoft CEO Bill Gates. The meeting with lawmakers comes as the Senate prepares to draw up legislation regulating the AI industry. Key questions are whether a new federal agency is needed to police artificial intelligence and what types of restrictions are in order.
Google is laying off hundreds of people in its recruitment division as Silicon Valley continues its cost-cutting efforts. The latest cuts come after Google parent Alphabet eliminated 12,000 jobs, or about 6% of its workforce across the company in January. Those cuts came as Google grappled with economic uncertainty that hit the company's bottom line last year, especially its core advertising business. A Google spokesperson said they continue to invest in top engineering and technical talent while meaningfully slowing the pace of overall hiring. She added the workload for recruiters has declined as hiring slows, so they're making the hard decisions to do layoffs.
Inflation continued to rise last month. August hit the biggest monthly gain this year, according to the latest report from the Bureau of Labor Statistics. The main culprit, rising gas prices, which could mean problems going forward. Greg McBride, chief financial analyst with Bankrate, says while increases in some key areas are slowing down, we are not out of the woods.
Shelter costs are still increasing, but at a slower pace than what we had seen. And food prices have certainly moderated from the outsized pace of the past couple of years. So some signs of progress, but still some trouble spots we have to keep an eye on.
The rise in inflation is roughly in line with economics expectations. On a month-to-month basis, prices rose 0.6% in August compared with a 0.2% gain in July. However, core inflation, which strips away food and energy prices, slowed to 4.3% from 4.7% on an annual basis, a sign the Federal Reserve's rate hikes are working to cool the economy.
Currently tracking temperatures in the middle 50s, but what do I have in store with some rain and potentially some fog in the morning? I'll have that next to my full forecast.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I think it's just vapor with flavor.
It won't hurt my kid like cigarettes, right?
Vaping is safer than smoking, isn't it?
there's really not even that much nicotine in them, right?
My kid?
My kid knows it's dangerous.
Get your head out of the cloud. Today, nearly 8,000 kids will start vaping, maybe even yours. Learn about the dangers at talkaboutvaping.org.
Emotes say a lot, but they can't say it all. Think your guildmate is struggling? Try these dialogue options. Go beyond emotes. Check in with your guildmates at seizetheawkward.org.
Every day,
Millions of people are connecting
and even though we're overcoming obstacles,
Watching each other's backs,
and banding together.
we should still make an effort.
We should still make an
to
effort.
get to know each other,
On a deeper level. Father,
cosplayer,
mentor.
actor.
It's time we take a step forward
It's time we take a step forward.
Come together.
and discover
How accepting our differences
can make us stronger.
Good evening, welcome back. I'm weather forecaster Hunter Luzader. It was a really nice day out today with temperatures in the 70s, but currently in Muncie it is 55 degrees and 67 degrees in Indianapolis here, in which actually we are 10 degrees cooler than at this time yesterday. So we're definitely feeling those fall temperatures as the night progressed. Looking at the regional radar here though, we did have some showers that developed in the northern counties, but it did not impact us much as we are having a clearing as of right now. Now going into our drought here, most of our viewing area like Muncie, Anderson, Portland are currently under a drought due to not having much rain this past month. And we barely see any rain for the month of September here, which we could potentially get some rain showers Saturday that could help with this drought monitor right here. But off to the Atlantic here, we are currently tracking Hurricane Lee and Margot here, in which is a Category 1 with winds 90 miles per hour, but should not impact our viewing area. But going into Hurricane Lee here, we're going to have 100 miles per hour wind here, with potentially being a Category 1 hitting the coast by Saturday here. So we will definitely have that informed once we get more updates on this hurricane. Now going into tonight though, we're going to have mostly clear conditions, but potentially some fog for your morning with a low of 46 degrees, winds northeast at 5 miles per hour. So if you are going out tonight, I would have a light jacket on, or if you're staying inside, shut those windows because it will definitely be a cool night. Now, again, like I mentioned here, cold temperatures. It'll be 46 in Fort Wayne, but a little bit warmer in Bloomington with 50 degrees. And then as well as those cool temperatures, we will have fog for your morning commute here. As we go about through at least 8 a.m. here, we'll have 4 miles visibility, but in Marion, almost a half a mile. So I would give extra time if you are traveling throughout the morning. But going in tomorrow, though, we're going to warm up quickly, actually. By noon, 68 degrees, winds east at 5 miles per hour, but ending your day with 74-degree temperature here. So it's a great day to go out and have those outdoor activities. Now, for this 7-day forecast here, we're going to warm up to 77 for Saturday, but we have a slight chance of rain Saturday night into Sunday, but should not really impact your football plans if you are going to the game. But we will have cooler temperatures with actually morning temperatures, but warmer above average for your Wednesday.
Yeah, and Hunter, I know you talked about that fog. Actually, this morning driving through campus, I saw Schaefer Tower was kind of foggy, and I was like, oh my gosh, I didn't even know it was going to be fog today. So it's funny that you said that, and it looks like it'll continue in tomorrow.
Yeah, definitely allow some extra time if you are going out tomorrow morning.
Yeah, and it looks like we'll have a great day for family weekend. I don't know if your guys' family are coming, but it looks like a great day for football, a nice 77 degrees. That's perfect.
Perfect football weather.
Yeah, for sure. Thank you so much, Hunter. And now we're going to kick things over to Jake Garcia with What's Next in Sports.
Thanks, guys. One Ball State football squad is off to a hot start, and One Ball State athlete goes back-to-back. All this and more next in sports.
Here's your sandwich, miss.
Oh, thank you.
And your burger.
Awesome, thank you.
And your bowl of boiling water, sir.
After retiring from the NFL, I've been able to spend a lot more time coaching my daughter's basketball teams. It's something I love to do. Through our games and our tournaments, we see all types of coaching, good and bad. And it begs the question, do we really know who's coaching our kids? Do they have the proper training and screening it would take for me to be comfortable with my daughters playing for that coach? Our Youth Basketball Association made the decision to use trusted coaches to screen and train all of our coaches. I'm a trusted coach. Are you?
So if one cat has 4 kittens who reproduce every 6 months, how many cats will there be in 5 years? Who's got it? Is this... What is that? Seriously. Who threw that?
Cats are terrible at math, but they sure do multiply. Please spay, neuter, and adopt.
The solution is 10.
Welcome back to NewsLink Indiana. I'm Jake Garcia with sports. Delta Eagles football has started out hot this season, staying undefeated after 4 games and already surpassing last year's win total. NewsLink Indiana's Jace Miller learns more about the keys to this newfound success.
Down, set, hut. The 2023 season is well underway for Delta High School football, and they are off to one very hot and fast start, especially compared to last year's season.
It means a lot. I mean, we're 4-0. You can't get better than that. The student section's awesome. Our fans are awesome. And when you win, more people come out. So as we keep winning, more and more people keep coming out, and it'll be a lot of fun.
I feel pretty good. You know, we're 4-0, and last year we only had 3 wins, so to be 4-0 now, it's great. I played with all of them on JV, and then Zane, I've been playing with him since about 3rd grade, so yeah.
With good chemistry on the gridiron, success is easier to come by. The great teamwork starts from the man in command, head coach Chris Overholt.
Well, I graduated from Delta in 2001, and I've come back here, and I'm the head coach now for 8 years. So I love it. I love my community, love my home, and love my job. We've said since the summer, we've had a young but very gritty defense. They don't give anything up easy. They fight for every yard, and we just hope they continue that throughout the play here.
It has been smooth sailing so far, but some rocky waves are ahead. This Friday, the Eagles take on one of the top 4A teams in the state in the Mount Vernon Marauders.
The only thing I'd really say is I've watched a lot of film, and I know that they are 4A, so that probably be the best team we've played all year, so just got to go out there and hopefully get the win.
I tell you, we have a great senior group. They are winners, and they've been that way since they're young, so it doesn't matter what the situation, what the adversity is. They believe that they always have a shot to win at the end, and I think they've done a great job leading the team so far.
Kickoff for Friday's game is scheduled for 7 o'clock at Mount Vernon. In Muncie, Jace Miller, NewsLink Indiana.
Switching over to golf, sophomore Carter Smith has been named the Mid-American Conference Men's Golfer of the Week for the 2nd consecutive week. Smith won the Early Estingsmeyer Invitational title by shooting a 54-hole score of 208 this past weekend. Following this performance, Smith also earned the Pride Mark Construction Student Athlete of the Week honors. His efforts also helped the Cardinals capture the team title with a score of 859, 16 strokes ahead of second-place Butler. The Ball State men's golf team returns to the course at the Badger Invitational in Madison, Wisconsin, starting on October 1st. To kick things over to the pitch, Ball State women's soccer heads to Butler to finish their non-conference play this season. With action set for 7 p.m. tomorrow, the Cards look to win and continue their streak following their previous 3-0 shutout against Austin Peay. In the last matchup at the Bud and Jackie Selleck Bowl, the Cards tied the Bulldogs at 2 apiece to change their all-time record to 3-5-1, with their last win being on September 14th, 2006, exactly 17 years ago to the date of the matchup. And obviously a big point for this match tomorrow as women's soccer travels to Butler in order to attempt to break this losing streak at the Bud and Jackie Selleck Bowl. So they'll look to start a new winning streak.
Yeah, that would be amazing for them to win after not for so many years. I mean, that would be a huge deal for the soccer team and Ball State. So
yeah, I'm very excited to see what happens, and I anticipate the results. Wish them the best of luck.
Yeah.
Absolutely, and we're gonna see what they do as they head out to Butler.
Yeah, well, thank you so much, Jake. After the break, Hudson Zom has a look at your campus coverage.
And we have one final look at weather.
I love you!
Prescription drug pricing points to corporate
Freedom of the press is about your right to know.
and Clark sheer athleticism.
It's about your right to be informed. Today, there are real threats to press freedom
Reaching residential areas.
and your right to know about the world around us. We must protect our right to know, no matter what kind of news is important to you. Before it's too late, understand the threats. ProtectPressFreedom.org.
The central and midwestern U.S. averages more than 850 tornadoes each year, and lately, the number of floods has been rising in the region too. So chances are, there will be more twisters and floods near here again. And between school, sports, and social lives, chances are, you won't be with your kids when it happens. Will they know what to do? Ready.gov/kids has all the educational tools and information to make the conversation easy. When the time comes, chances are they'll feel prepared, not scared. So talk with your family today.
Hey guys, it's me, Isabella Gomez, filling in for Smokey Bear because he's got more to say than just,
Only you can prevent wildfires.
like, if you're outside enjoying a barbecue, don't let a hamburger distract you from fire safety. Make sure you aren't dumping your hot coals or ashes onto the ground because that could start a wildfire. So take wildfire prevention seriously and let's save the world one day at a time. Juntos con Smokey Bear, podemos hacerlo. Go to smokeybear.com to learn more about wildfire prevention.
Welcome back to NewsLink Indiana. My name is Hudson Zom, and this is your campus coverage. The second annual Health Fair for Healthy Cardinals was held today at the Joanne Gora Student Recreation and Wellness Center. Health promotion and advocacy educated Ball State students about health services, while also handing out interactive health education resources, sample items, and the occasional free health screening. Health and Wellness Coordinator Destiny Cherry says access to the health services is something students should take advantage of.
I think it's super important for students to come to something like this so they can really find all the resources on campus and in the community that we have to help support them during their time here.
Health promotion and advocacy is located on the second floor of the health center and is available on weekdays to help with the physical health needs of students.
And what a great thing for students to come out and kind of get to know the resources that the health center offers.
Yeah, absolutely. And as a biology major, I'm in the pre-health field, so I feel like this is a very good kind of thing to go to just to raise awareness for everything.
Yeah, thank you so much. Of course. Now we have a final look at your weather.
Yeah, again, it's a really great day today, and we'll continue that actually with Friday being 76 as we slowly warm our way up for the next week. But for football, nice, easy 73 degrees as we do have some lower temperatures for the mornings with between the 40s to 50s. Again, feeling more fall weather coming up, but a little bit more above average before we get into those cooler fall temperatures.
Thank you so much, Hunter. That's all tonight for NewsLink Indiana. Be sure to join us again tomorrow night at 9, streaming live on the NewsLink Indiana Facebook page.
And for news anytime, anywhere, go to ballstatedaily.com. Have a great night.